fall out. People fall out all the time and really don't know that there's other things that may take place that help the situation go astray. You know what I mean?
Become more worse.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
Behind stuff that's taking place and has nothing to do with that situation.
Welcome to the Campfire Talk D podcast show. I am your host, Elefante, and this is my other host, the Skipper. I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, that take care of their kids, and also to the mothers who are playing both roles of both parents. Happy Father's Day to y'all too, ladies, women, as well.
I never really got that.
What's that? I just said?
Yeah.
They play the positive
I never
roles.
got it because, they're just a mother. How they going to be a father?
I'm just saying.
I know you're just giving a shout out or whatever, but I'm just saying that's just.
I know.
I never really got that, like how people say they played the father and the mother. You just played the mother times 10.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion.
I got that. We're not even going. Let us move on. But today's topic is called "The Hate You Gave Me," and where I'm going with this one is like, for instance, like you might be having some past issues within yourself because of something that has been dealt with you from somebody else, you know what I'm saying, family member, a best friend, and you were never able to, tackle that situation. So therefore, the hate has built up. You've been harboring it so much that anything that anybody could say to you, it could be something petty. It becomes striking to you, and that's more hate that you're adding on. Can you give an example of what I'm trying to say, brother? Like, I can give an example. Let me pass off to my man real fast. All right.
Just say, me and you. We homies, right?
Yes.
But you hang out with someone else, and me and that person is cool too. But I may have, or you may have a situation, a closer relationship with that person. But now you come to me and you tell me, things about that person or what have you. It's more about you hoping that I keep this stuff in confidence. You know what I'm saying? And confide it in me. So, but I get mad at you. Now, I get mad at you, and I get so mad at you that I go and tell that person that you told me their business about everything that you said. You know what I mean? It's like the art of war, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type situation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just that type of situation, but there's a variety of things that can take place with the hate that you gave me. Like a lot of times people hinder on things that happened to them in the past. A lot of stuff that takes place in the past, and it balls up and it builds up inside of them, and it may appear that they're bitter. You know what I mean? But people really don't know what a person is going through. And that person will not open up and tell you what they're going through. You know what I mean? But they can seem cool and calm and collective and, whatever, but they're snapping a New York minute. You know what I mean?
Like I said, it could be minutes.
Flip out and all of that stuff. But a lot of times, like I said, people don't have a clear situation where they can see what the real issue is. It might seem like that was the issue. The most minuscule thing can seem like that's the issue, but it can be a lot more behind that issue. You know what I mean? A lot of things happen with people all the time. They fall out. People fall out all the time and really don't know that there's other things that may take place that help the situation go astray. You know what I mean?
Become more worse.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
Behind stuff that's taking place and has nothing to do with that situation, but that's the situation that was there. They say you hurt people, but you hurt the ones that you are most close to. You know what I mean? Because you got all the information, everything on this person, and you can go at this person and really take a real hard hit at a person, knock them off their square and all of that stuff like that. But people hold on to a lot of pain and a lot of hate. But how do you get away from that? Being that you're the person that's holding on, bottled in so much hate. How do you get away from that? Whether this is an honest question or rhetorical or what have you. Like, how could a person get away from something like that when they was built over time to hinder so much hate? People grow up the living conditions can be foul. Have abusive parents. Could have been molested, sexually assaulted as kids. All types of things could have took place. Been in a bad relationship. Went through bad relationships. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
who you want to take the anger out on? There's always the person or the people that's close to you, be it your spouse, be it your friends, be it your children, whoever.
Mother, father.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times people go to be above and beyond the call of duty to try to like self-medicate the situation, be it start drinking more, drugs, alcohol, partying, whatever they have to do to try to like subdue it or
To facilitate
You know what I'm
it,
saying?
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'd be
make it-
easier to go away,
yeah,
but it's
make
come
it
right back
easy.
and revolve. It's gonna get worse after
but
that,
it's
you
a
know?
lot of times people go through things in life and we don't know what they're
You'll
going
never
through.
know unless you
Never know.
take the time out and you know
You
that
know what I'm
person.
saying? I had a conversation with someone, Rita Hurst. Rita Hurst. I had a conversation with her yesterday, a long conversation with her. And I appreciate that conversation. Big up to Rita Hurst.
Shout out to my girl Rita
Right,
Page, wherever you at.
right. But I had a long conversation with her, and we built on a lot of stuff, and it was like real spill. But a lot of people really don't understand her. You know what I'm saying? Or other people that's in situations like that. There'd be other things that's going on in people's lives besides those situations. But you know, when we're friends, you do a lot of things that what they call that, like nonchalant or
Yeah, like
minuscule
I said, minuscule,
or
you to
some
you,
things,
yeah, you
it
know,
might
like we
be
do every
nothing.
day on the block. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Joking, you know what I
right,
mean?
talk that talk, but then
Capping,
when
you
a
know what I
person
mean?
get upset, like I done even been in situations where a person talked about me to somebody, and then when that person got it messed up with that person tried to come back and tell me what that person said, but I know the game already. Okay, they said that, but what did you say?
Furthermore,
Because see, your ears was there listening. So if your ears was there listening, chances are your mouth was talking too.
chimed in.
You dig what I'm saying? So what did you say? Because see, that person that was talking about me had a justifiable reason to be talking.
What about you?
You know what I mean? About me because of a situation that happened between us. So I'm not mad at him for talking about
That's
me.
expectancy.
But what were you saying?
Did they come to you as a mediator? You know, no.
Nah,
No, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking about the person that
Okay.
was brought to you
Right.
bull crap about what such and such said. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Did you
I'm
try
just
to?
saying things just happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't know what the real deal. Like I can't, but me being able to understand things, deal with the understanding, I went another channel to find out about this and that, and then found out what it was really about.
Yeah.
But then it was other stuff that took place. Oh, y'all fell out. You know what I'm saying? So now here it is. You found the common ground to stand on. But lo and behold, I don't stand on that ground. I'm just walking by it.
I mean, Perry wrong.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
But yeah, build on that.
Hey, yo, listen, that's like, you may have known someone a long time, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then all of a sudden that person don't like you for some reason, no more, stop talking to you. And it goes back to like, because somebody told them something that you might have said about them, and then why they wasn't even nothing. Now, 20 years later, you see that person, girl, do whatever. They say, you know what, man, I ain't like you back then. I'm gonna break. Why? Because such and such told me this, you said this. I was like, God damn, that's why you stopped. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You been harboring that.
A lot of
You been hating because of
relationships-
that, and I just like it was for me. It would have been a lot of females. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I ain't never liked you back then. I was talking to my girl. She said, I'm like, why you never seen that? I said, back then,
Right.
Calvin said he was
That's
ignorant.
true.
You know what I'm saying? But you been harboring all of that on top of other things that was
Right.
going on in your life. Here I am going on with my life, and you still hating on me. I don't even know why. I walk by, you say, "What? You don't say nothing."
Right.
Now, 2 years later, we had this conversation. You told me why.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? You was holding on to that.
Right.
That was hate. And you was adding on to already what you was going through. That was more severe than what I said to your friend. Maybe what I said
Right.
was severe to her.
Yeah.
Got back, so I don't know.
I mean, but what
That's
we
the
may take, what we may say, or what we
Right.
may think may
Yeah.
not be much, it may mean a lot to the next
Yeah,
person.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
And the person be holding on to that for 20, 30 years.
Right.
And you got to find an outlet to that crap. Like the outlet she found was to talk to me and let's get that out of the way. You know what I'm saying? But it was
Right.
20 years later, though. But it's still cool no matter how
Yeah.
many years go by with this, you harboring stuff, just find an outlet to get it out of you because
Yeah.
it's not going to do nothing but, encumber you, burden you more and more and more and more and more each day. You understand what I'm saying? So You know, yeah, man, the hate that you gave is like another part of the hate that you gave. If we could veer off, and we're not veering off, that's like the racist part of the hate.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That we're, you know, you know, we're black, you know, we're all black, you know, white people, you might hate white people so much because you feel that they that's another part of the hate that you gave. You understand what I'm saying?
And a lot of times people don't like people because they feel like that person don't like them. So it's, you know, it's
Yeah.
like back at you.
Right back at you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like me, I don't like you. But then you come to that reason of why you would not want to like a person. The things that they do, the things that you see, how they get down. So now you start depicting all of this and all of that to try to dissect a person down. And this is why I don't like you. This is why I don't like you. But in reality, really don't even know what the real deal is.
And all that is doing, it ain't nothing to do but just draining your energy.
Word.
Anyway, you sitting there talking about I don't like this person. You, like you said, you just breaking everything down why you don't like me.
Word.
You did all of that.
Word.
You waste all your energy to figure out why you don't like a person, and it is really not that serious.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it may be serious to you, but I'm just saying when you in hindsight, when you think not in
It's
hindsight,
all,
when you
it's
think
all in
about
the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
Definitely.
yes,
You know, a lot of people you cannot give a person a time frame for how their pain and how their suffering is. You can't give a person a time frame of, you know, how they're gonna love you or how they, you know what I mean, how they deal with you, period.
Yeah.
You can't give nobody that. It's up to them. It's to their discretion on how they want to deal with the situation.
Out.
But the communication is the key to all of that. When you sit back and you just hold things in, you bottle things in, you walk around with a lot of hate. You hate on people because of how they look. You hate on people because of what they got. You hate on people for who they got. You hate on people for anything. You know what I mean? Like all types of stuff because they came in and got the job and rose to the top before you. You know how that stuff go. You know what I mean? The people hate. The people, you might put on an outfit and this person put on an outfit, the same type of outfit. It looks better on that person. So you hating. You might hate because this girl might like this dude and you like the girl, or that dude might like this girl, but you like the girl. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
The hate is hate. And people can't help it a lot of times.
And that's not even, and you know, the hate that you gave. But what about the hate that you gave yourself? How my man broke everything down.
Word.
You hating on this person, on that person.
Yeah.
That's the hate you giving yourself.
Word.
You bringing that hate upon yourself.
Word.
You talking about you hate that person because of that. That's the hate that you gave yourself.
Yeah.
Because you sitting there taking the time out, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to figure out why you don't like a person, like you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? The hate that you gave yourself. But just find out that, like my man said, communication is the key, and also talking is the key. Because you can communicate without saying anything, but sometimes you need to talk.
Yeah.
Get it out, release that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because we do a lot of talking, but the talking that we talking about ain't really talking because it's going to lead to something else.
True.
You know what I mean? Because nobody's dealing with understanding. Nobody's dealing with trying to see things better than just the eyes. You know what I mean? Because a person can be blind. You got Stevie Wonder, you got Ray Charles, two people that are blind, that are blind, and they can compose music. They can play the piano. They can do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like they like that lets you know that inner mind eye, that third eye is big.
It's beautiful,
it's mean.
man.
You
Yes,
know what I'm
it
saying?
is. Covers the whole
Sometimes
game
you can see, I can look at something and it's not what it appears. Goes back to people holding on and harboring feelings like you don't really know what they're going through. It may not be what you think.
How that in the mirror says, remember the writing on the mirror in your car, the object
It's a lot closer than it appears.
Yeah, exactly. Prime example.
Yeah,
You know
that's the fact.
You
You know what I
know?
mean? So, I mean, but people, we don't deal with things how we should. We deal with things how we want to. And no one has a problem with holding and harboring feelings behind the way that they feel, whether it's right or wrong. Now you get into the foolish pride of it all. Because now this person may not want to have a conversation and this person may not want to have a conversation about it. But then it goes to other dimensions because now another person may be like, you know what, it's not worth it because we done went through this stuff 1,000 times. Why would I want to try to reconcile anything when there's a chance that you may do it again? Because you hold those traits of being deceitful.
You showed me that already.
You know what I'm saying? Of being conniving, of being a manipulator. You know what I'm saying? Just foul.
Yo,
But the hate is the hate.
the hate is the hate. And like you said, giving a person a chance, why would I? You
Word.
still showing me the way you walk. You got older, you got worse with it.
Word.
So why would I even try to you know, come and make amends?
Word.
you're still the same person.
Yeah.
That'll be a waste of time. As long as you know that, though. Don't want to make amends because you don't want to make amends. If you want to make amends to somebody that has done you dealt wrong, you know what I mean? Study that person before you even try to be able to hatch it. You know what I'm saying,
but
right?
that's learning how to communicate over time. Whenever you're seasoned, meaning that you're older, when you're seasoned, nice and you know how you season your poultry, season your meat,
get it right,
and you sit it for a while or what have you. It ages and all of that stuff like that. It tastes better. The wine, you know, with time, fine wine or whatever, with time or whatever. You should be able to know at the end of the day how to be able to deal with people.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be caught up in the same old world that you was caught up in 25 years ago. Your mind should have developed. It goes through different stages.
Some people minds,
you know what I mean?
Some people just stay stuck.
Yeah, but people do this stuff.
And that's what I'm saying. It's so trying to.
But a lot of people be dealing with pain and suffering, and we don't even know. Like a lot of people start trouble, be foul, be disrespectful because of the stuff they've been through, and now they done turn evil. Like Darth Vader, like Anakin Skywalker turned into Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? In Star Wars, he was a good kid. You know what I'm saying? Bright kid. He got older, started missing his parents, and you know what I'm saying, going through what he was going through, and then he got bitter. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the evil empire in your ear telling you this and that.
You can have this.
You can do this and that. You just gotta be this way. Come to the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Now you dealing with the dark side. You forever crossed over that line.
And you never come
never. Then if a person, you're gonna have a person that's a good person that's trying to get you back. Come on back. You don't want to go back because so much evil stuff done took place in your life. You became a bitter person forever.
You want
that's the hate that was given.
And you know, some people be happy with that too. Right. You know, some people be happy with the way they are, like that. Peace with, fuck that bullshit. Whatever happened, will happen. You know, people feel good at the way they are. Right. They feel this resentfulness inside of them. I'm straight. I like to be like this. You know, people even tell you, I'm good the way I am. You know, you know you're not, but you know what? Don't even argue with that person. There's no, you know what I mean? Even the wise man doesn't have the power to reason away with that type of person. Leave that stuff alone. You feel me? You know what I said, bro? Yeah. The wise men don't even have the power to reason away with that type of person. You know what I mean? So why even try? You know what I'm saying? Just move on with your life. You know what I mean? I'm saying, find an outlet, like I said, whatever your outlet is, you're trying to release that hate that's inside of you, that you felt that somebody dished off to you because of situations that transpired in your life. You know, you don't want to hold that. You don't want to hold that inside.
Just imagine a dog going bananas. You know, a dog just going crazy.
Now they go
going crazy, just fighting, trying to get at another dog. And the owner is trying to get control of that dog. That dog don't see nothing but what he want or what she want. She want that motherfucker, that other dog, and want to tear that other dog apart. No matter how the voice of reason is trying to calm the person down. Can't get in the way of that. Just like you can't get in the way of people when they're fighting.
So vision.
Person, you might hurt the person that's trying to. You know, a lot of people done died behind stuff like that.
Trying to break up stuff.
Really behind trying to be the voice of reason. So, there's a lot of things that be lost in communication. Communication is communication. Bad communication, good communication is all communication.
It's all type of energy. It's all energy.
You know what I'm saying?
Type of energy. Bad energy, good energy, the same difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
but the hate is the hate that you give a person, the hate that you gave me. Luckily, I'm able to see through it, but a lot of people can't see through the hate that they've been given. A lot of things done took place, man. Y'all be careful and be mindful of people whenever you see somebody looking angry or, you know what I mean? They might just be looking like they in a dark space. Never know what they've been through. Never know what's going on in their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can ever find an opportunity to be able to have a conversation with a person to try to mend the problem if you can, whether it's your problem, whether it's their problem, try. You know what I mean? But if you can't, you got to stay out the way of that thing until you find that opportunity. Sometimes it may not ever clear up.
You got to let nature take its course.
You got to let it be what it be. You know what I mean?
Take its course.
But you got to but remember this. Don't think that a person because y'all got into something that it's always about you. It may not be personal. It might be behind something that happened before, but what y'all got into was the
It just triggered
straw
it a little
that
bit
broke
more.
the
Yeah,
camel's
and,
back.
and that's the
You know what I'm
one.
saying? That might be bad.
Yeah, sometimes,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, at the end of the day, hope that everybody had a good Father's Day. I hope that all the dudes, you know, that are real fathers, that have young ones that's coming up. Hopefully you guys had a good time. You know, Father's Day don't be about much. You don't even see commercials about Father's Days and nothing like that. You know what I mean? You don't see much about Father's Day like how you see about Mother's Day, but you know,
Nevertheless.
nevertheless, man. But remember, the hate that you gave is something that may not be able to be received how you might want it to be received. But just be careful with that. Keep going.
Because that hate that you gave, just be careful, like my man said, because you can make that hate genetic. You know what I'm saying? You can go back to genetics. You know what I mean? Hereditary. You can make that become hereditary to kids that you
Right.
you have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can make them become haters now.
Right.
Because you haven't addressed that issue with inside of you. Now it's you throwing it off to the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's energy.
Right.
You understand what I'm
that
saying?
energy,
You
that
get that
stuff,
to your children. Now your children hating on people. Why? Because they don't know why. Because you raise them like that.
like they see what they see. You know,
Exactly.
kids gonna mimic what they see.
Then they coming out the womb hating.
Right.
That's the part of genetic I'm talking about right
Straight
there. You know what I'm saying?
Straight angry.
So I gotta know that, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit, it's real, man. It might it's light as we may be coming across right now, but no, it's not light. This is not light. This shit is heavy, man. This should be heavy on your heart. You could die from that type of stuff, man. Your heart could be broken because you've been hating on people all your life. Now your heart hurting.
Right.
You don't even see that part of the situation. You know what I mean?
It's real
This shit
true.
get heavy on you, man. That shit encumber you so much. You could lose your hair. You lose your
Yeah,
teeth to tap your teeth to tap your weight in because of that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all types of things, man, that goes on when you so stuck on, keeping that stuff inside of you. And if you may never ever, bear the hatchet with that person that you feel that you hate or you had a problem. So don't worry about it. Move on from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bear the hatchet with yourself.
Right.
Talk to yourself in the mirror.
And then that's how it be. Like a lot of times people will like be able to move on, but don't expect them to be able to walk that walk with you again. It will never be the same.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It will never be the same. A lot of times you can say things, you can do things, and you can never come back from it. You can never come back from that conversation, that mean, ill conversation. You can never get back what you give out.
Yo.
Because it's in the universe now. It gets there, you may never be able to retrieve it again. So you have to be careful and be mindful and be ready. Because if it's necessary, you have to do what you got to do. But once you do what you got to do, you have to live with it. Live with it, because it may not be able to ever go back to the way it was.
Again.
So the hate that you give out is the hate that you may receive at the end of the day. You dig me?
Yes.
I don't know, man, but I think about like how a lot of dudes be angry, be frustrated, and be upset too, because being that they can't even deal with their kids the way they want to deal with their kids. You know what I mean? Being that a lot of times it be mothers that be broken, that be hurting, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really be like vindictive, be angry behind a situation that probably wasn't even that serious. You know what I mean? A cheating situation that probably would have, you know what I mean? Could
panned out to be.
It could be nothing, or
Yeah.
just whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like they holding on to things, or a dude might get mad at this girl behind something that she may have did and may not be able to work it out. But at the end of the day, communication is the communication. Good or bad communication. It's all about how you communicate to be able to resolve anything or come to a resolution. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just bad, man. But hopefully people will be able to move on, whether they can resolve their issues or not. But with the hate that's in you, the hate that was given to you, the hate they gave you, please don't hold on to that if you don't have to. Get rid of it. Don't use that as an excuse to say, that's my fuel. you know what I mean, that's the inspiration for me to move on and do what I need to do and stuff like that. Find something else, because remember, the word hate, you know what I mean? The word hate is mean. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I find that to be fallacious, a fallacy when people say that's my energy, my inspiration to move
Right.
on. No, I mean, for me, I think that's a fallacy to the person that's saying that for
Right.
themselves. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What you just said, though,
Right.
they use that as information.
Right.
Yeah. Really though?
But
So,
that's what
but if that's what your
people
inspiration, then that's cool.
find that people
I mean,
need to.
But you need to get that out of you still, though.
Yeah,
Like,
people
I don't
need
know.
to. People need to hold on to something
I can
to
see-
motivate
Yeah, I
them.
can see the sports playing, basketball playing. You know what I'm saying? When people say, "Oh, that's," I understand, but I'm just saying.
What people crazy.
I know.
People,
You
we're
never.
the only
I'm saying.
species that is known right now to be able to deal with conscience and choice.
See.
You know what I mean? Because everything else gonna do what it gotta do
Anyway,
and ain't gonna think twice about it. A lion is gonna go to that gazelle and do what it gotta do. It don't have nothing to do with hate. It is what it is. A lion gotta do what a lion gotta do to survive.
you know
You know what I'm saying?
Of
A
course.
shark gotta do what a shark gotta do when it smells blood.
A dog is a dog.
A dog is a dog.
You
You know what I'm saying?
It's called like it is, man.
But at the end of the day, us as humans,
Humans?
we have a choice to hold on or to not hold on. It's your preference though. But whatever you do, know that you have to live with whatever you do. You know what I mean? Because the hate that you give people might be the hate that you receive at the end of the day.
Remember that? Remember the Jeffersons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when George ended up going to a Ku Klux Klan's meeting because he didn't know what that meeting was about, and then the white dude that hated black people had a heart attack, and George saved his life, and Home woke up, and then the son was like, "Dad, this man saved your life." He looked at George. He said, "Son, you should let me die." He's had so much hate for the black man.
Right.
Black man saved his life.
Right.
That's, you get what I'm saying? Like an
Right.
example. That's people.
But
I go back to humans.
That's deep though.
Yeah, that's deep though. You get what I'm saying?
Some
though?
people
so
would
much hate.
die with that hate.
Yeah, yo. You don't remember that
Some
verse? You
people-
don't remember that?
Man, listen, you just brought back something that was mean because some people would die
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
with it.
They on their deathbed. You got what I just said right there, brother.
Yes.
Hey, yo, but anyway, man, we about to depart from this session right here. Though. Well, like, once again, happy Father's Day to those fathers, man. Hope you had enjoyed your day. You know what I mean? Got to drink on, however, made it home safe, man. You know what I mean?
I heard the White Party Monster gave out. Larry J gave out was mean. It was a movie, man. I heard, man, and I'm very upset.
Unfortunately, we didn't make it, though. The CFT podcast was in the building. Next time we'll be there, though,
Yeah, the next round.
representing my man, Party.
Definitely.
But anyway, let me make my way out here. The thought for the day, you heard?
Go for it.
Yo, listen, the thought for the day is, do not burn bridges you may one day have to cross. Okay? Just like that.
Yes,
Do not burn bridges. Do not burn bridges one day you may have to cross out. You know what I'm saying? However, man.
Well, but you know what it is. I mean, you may have to revisit that situation.
Yeah.
You got to get back across that bridge, man, and it's done.
Once again.
How you gonna do it? It's gonna be a lot harder getting across. So
So,
check out Campfire Talk, the podcast. You know it airs Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. You know most of y'all gonna be square anyway because you're never there. We're everywhere.
and yo,
But we shoot from the universe and the galaxies, when most of you suckers only shoot for the street lights because you've never been nowhere. Check out their resume. I guarantee it. I stamp on this. They haven't been anywhere, so they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Part and self. But we do this at the end of the day. We throw up this peace sign, knowledge, and we put it together. That means peace.
integration.
Integration.
Black nation. Like it,
Word
love
up.
it, share it, subscribe, and support it. Peace.
Peace.